What up, Kris?
Bro, just rotate him like Georgia did 2 years ago.
No, nigga. Don't rotate him. Start that nigga and don't look.
That's how I feel, Kris. That's how I feel.
Hey, swear to God, bro.
You know what
Hey, I say you do it the old school. You put that nigga out there.
No,
please, bro.
do not rotate. And here's why. Everybody in the Ohio State side, like all the fans, like the pump sunshine. Here we go. They swear that Ohio State has the best evaluation. They swear that Ohio State develops the highest clip, and they swear the coaches know the most. All three cannot be true. If you trust the developmental side of it, then that would suggest that nigga CJ's better than Harold Perkins. You trust the development side of it, that would suggest that they develop better than LSU at that position. So if those two things are
Abdul
true,
Carter as well.
Everybody else in that roster and start that nigga. I don't care. Tell niggas to go to Ball State. Tell niggas to go to Marshall. Tell niggas to go to Illinois. It does not matter. Start that nigga and never look back. That way we'll have a situation where the linebacker getting...
Yeah, we in here. State of the program. If you did not know, Big Kris Drew is in the building.
Part 2, man. I just want to say, bro, before we get into the actual show, that clip, that cut up is a classic, bro. Like if anybody ever puts together Kris Drew's greatest hits, that's got to be on there. Like that moment, and I still believe it's true today, and I'll never forget. Right after that, we got the press conference talking about unleashing CJ Hicks, and I'm still waiting on the nigga to be unleashed. But Q, go ahead and go to the intro. I just had to say that, bro, because that clip makes me want to come out of spaces of retirement, to keep it real.
Hey, bro, we might have to do it. The state of the program was highly demanded, so we had to be back. Me and Kris Drew did part 1 over on Menace, so check that out. We had a really good conversation, but you know we like to come over here. We like to grab a drink and just talk some shit. So we are back here for state of the program to talk shit, let you know what's really going on. The beat ain't gonna tell you, but we will. We'll let you know what's going on. Kris, man, part 1 was a banger, man. Tell people how good part 1 went.
It was. Part 1 was going. We did it last Wednesday when Zach was on vacation. I was taking some time off, but Q let me steal him for a couple hours. Put out some content, talking all things Ohio State, kind of the failures of the season, the positives of the season, kind of what we noticed, what we saw, and honestly some media talk, because anyone that knows me knows that I love that good old fashioned media shit. But really excited about today's episode. Today's episode is important, and importance matters.
It is very important, so I'll give y'all the quick rundown. But before I do that, we got people in here. Make sure you go ahead and like that video.
Bro, look, we got C in here, my homie Terry, Craig, Brandon, all the goats, man. All the goats are in here. And shout out Cam.
Man, go ahead, like that video, hit the comments. We will have question segments, so if you got some questions, go ahead, put that in there. Super chat if you want to. We'll pull that up. Make sure you do that. And we got my guy Ron running the cues on the chat, so he'll make sure we highlight everything, all the good comments, and get to them. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the rundown. So, say of the program, Ryan Day is officially on the clock. On the 3 straight losses to Michigan. So, hey, Kris, you want me to go ahead and start the clock?
Yeah, start the clock.
Ryan Day, you heard it. You are on the clock right now. So the clock has started. 3 straight losses to Michigan. 3 times 3. So 3 for 3 years. So that's 0-9, I do believe. It's not looking good right now for Ryan Day. But
wait, where'd you get that 3 times 3 from?
It's 3 years in a row. 3 losses to Michigan.
Oh, gotcha. I'm over here
Big Ten. No Natty. That's the 3 things we prioritize here. This is the win the Natty, stay in the program. We got to do it. So we're going to talk Ryan Day, man. We're going to talk some stuff around the program. Obviously, like usual, we're going to grade our coaches. And Kris, we actually have a game tomorrow. So we got your boy finally starting.
Not just a game, the most important game of my professional career. The most important game.
Oh man, no facts. So got your boy starting tomorrow. We will touch on that and preview next season. But let's start with right at the top, man. So Ryan Day, 3 losses to Michigan in a row. He is on the clock, as we've said. Give me your overall thoughts of where Ryan Day is right now, as far as what the fans feel about him, what the program feels about him. Like, can he actually survive another loss to Michigan?
Oh, it's funny. Have you ever seen those old clips of like Obama when he first got in office and then like 2 years later and how old and aged he looks?
Yeah.
I'm getting that same kind of feel and same kind of vibe from Ryan Day. Ryan Day has looked worn down. I think this full year with Kyle McCord really drained it out of him. I don't think I saw bro smile until Devin Brown handed out speakers for a gift. So, like, speaking of like you know, of mental health, I do worry that this is really draining for him, really taxing.
Yeah.
It is really difficult to be the head coach at Ohio State, and it becomes even more difficult when you lose to Michigan. So when you're beating Michigan, nothing else matters. Like no one was on Urban Meyer's head for 3 straight years losing games that he should have won, right? Like nobody was on him for the Purdue loss. Nobody was on him for the Iowa loss. Did he get loud real quick? Yeah, but he was beating Michigan, so that blame went to other people, and it fell on people like Greg Schiano and guys like JT Barrett.
Yeah.
But if he would have been losing to Michigan, you would have been like, damn, like that's not happening. That's not okay. And when you lose to Michigan, it forces the fan base to overanalyze you.
Yeah.
Because that's the one goal. Like nobody was overanalyzing Urban Meyer when he was there because you weren't losing to Michigan. But when you lose to Michigan, it takes a swag out of the program. It takes a level of energy out of the program. It takes things away from the program that make people put a closer eye on things. Because right now we're talking about Ryan Day and the mismanagement of quarterbacks, Ryan Day, the receivers getting micromanaged. Like everybody's getting micromanaged and a closer look, all because you lost to Michigan. Now, when Urban Meyer was here and we were in a dogfight against Indiana and we lost to Purdue and we lost to Iowa, nobody was psychoanalyzing anything. Like when fucking Tough Borland was starting over Bear and Browning, nobody was psychoanalyzing anything except for our community because we do a good job with that. At the end of the day, we were beating Michigan, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But I promise you, if Michigan would have beat Ohio State with Tough Borland out there, people would have been like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And I think that's kind of what's happening because that's how important this game is. The Michigan-Ohio State game changes the perspective and forces people to look harder at things. And additionally, we're also here, so we're taking a harder look. But I like Ryan Day. I think that Ryan Day is going to be the coach to win a Natty here at Ohio State, but holy fuck, he's got to learn a thing or 12.
He better learn fast because for me, after that last loss, I mean, it was basically a state of emergency at that point. You lose 3 in a row. We knew the Natty was out the window. We knew there's probably a chance in hell we're getting into the playoffs. So we knew it was like, well, you can't survive one more. And for me, I can't go 0-4. Bro, I'm out in Scottsdale having a good time, 75-degree weather, just the perfect day. That lost my whole weekend. I was like, bro, and we had to come up here and answer the bell. I know Ron Lee talked about it a long time. He's like, man, it's been good that we haven't took a loss while we podcasted. Well, we finally took that loss while podcasting, and it was hell. So I don't think he can survive another game. I think the pitchforks they're already out. Like you say, we're micromanaging. We're looking at coaches like how's Parker Fleming still have a job? James Laurinaitis, we need to get him on the trail because we can't get a linebacker. Why do we have talent sitting and cooking on the bench, which we'll talk about a little later? But it's just like all these little things of like, I feel like some of these things, like I wouldn't make this mistake, Ryan Day. How are you making this mistake? Like us as fans should not have things where something should happen. When he makes a mistake, we should be like, oh shit, well, yeah, I guess that probably could have been a problem. Not, oh, I told you so. Like there's no should be I told you so from here. It should be like surprises and why he's figuring things out. So Ryan Day is officially on the clock, but one thing we need to put a stop to, and we had this with Gene Smith. Now we had this with Kyle McCord, and I'll get to his comment. But this is just another game. This just
that shit's crazy.
Comments because it's just crazy at this point. So I'll let y'all hear it from our starting quarterback what he had to say before the Michigan game.
On this rivalry.
Yeah, like you said, obviously the implications on this game are huge. But like I said earlier, at the end of the day, it's just a football game.
Yeah, we cannot have no more of that. And Kris, I'm happy because not only can we not have no more of that, former players can now have no more of that.
Another dude talking about it's just another game, I'm going to snap. We are not the same.
Yeah.
That's not,
That is the energy we need from this team. Kris, what is going on with this just another game?
Bro, I don't know, bro. And it's crazy because like there's a section of Ohio State fandom that thinks nothing was wrong here, that things were taken out of context. Like in the moment, things were taken out of context. People talked about it a good amount. You know what I had to say to that? Everybody that said that?
What?
How come nobody ever got taken out of context when Urban Meyer was the head coach? Like Urban Meyer coached what, from 13 to 18?
Yeah.
85 players on the team every year. Not a single time did one of them get taken out of context saying that. And I don't think that that's an indictment too much on Ryan Day. I think Ryan Day knows the importance of the game, but holy fucking shit, he's not doing a good job of getting that to your quarterback, because I think this is a Kyle McCord thing. It's strictly Kyle McCord thing. I think Kyle McCord lacks competitive edge, lacks competitive excellence, and really has zero dog in his heart. I probably have more dog in my heart than Kyle McCord does. And because of that, he says stuff like that. And I think the biggest fault in Ryan Day with the culture stuff is allowing that guy to have the keys to your program to go run or be in charge and be the face of really a $1 billion corporation is what it is.
Yeah.
Like me, you, Cam, and Ron were telling everybody during the season how soft bro is. And everybody came at us like, we're 9-0, we're 10-0, we're 11, like this, that, and the third. And it's like, holy fucking shit. He just said it's just a game.
But like, we saw this coming, bro. I said this after week 4.
Yeah.
After when we beat Notre Dame and fucking limped through it, and I saw the quarterback play was not at the level it needed to be. I was like, bro, like, if this continues, I'm out on the season. We're not gonna win shit. And then we get to week 9 or week 12, and you're still saying shit like this. Like, what are we doing?
Well, he's a guy that played like it was just a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with JT Barrett, terrible thrower of the football, well documented. But one thing he had, word to my guy Cam, was give a shitter. The give a shitter was at an all-time high. The competitive excellence was a long-time high. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing. I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now. I would. I cannot believe what I was hearing and seeing from our quarterback, and everybody in the fan base was rocking with it, and I couldn't believe it. Like, oh, he's just a soft-spoken, quiet leader. No, nigga, that's not a leader. Nigga, that's literally the guy that's in the middle of the line, bro. Like the badass kid's always in the back of the line fucking around. The line leader's always up front being a leader. That nigga was in the middle and being a bad quarterback for Ohio State, and we were giving him a pass because they won 11 games. Like, Ohio State won 11 games in spite of Kyle McCord. Not because of Kyle McCord. Nigga, we could have put out Cam Martinez out there and we would have had the same exact record.
Oh, you or me might have played and we might have had the same record.
Nigga,
to be honest.
Ron had the line of the year saying, I promise you that RJ Day would have gotten Marvin Harrison Jr. more than 23 yards against Indiana.
Whole facts. I perfectly believe it. And we talked about this in the preseason. We were split as a fan base between Devin Brown and Kyle McCord. And I came on the show and I said, look, this is Ohio State. Like, whatever you believe, we run a bit hot. And we need a quarterback who's give a shitter or whatever you want to call it, is going to go out there, is going to put fire to metal and make something happen, or at least with shit not happening, yell at somebody because it's not happening. Like, we got none of that. Dude, going to the side, like, we got to drive to beat Michigan, look down the line. He on the bench like this. Like, shit, I wonder what we going to run. Like, no. Bro, we've seen how many quarterbacks have we seen get up, get in the face of their O-line, get in the face of their wide receivers and say, look, we got one drive. We need to make this shit happen. All that shit that happened before, forget about that. This is our chance to live and state our legacy. And we got none of that. He's sitting over there like us. Like, we watching him, he watching us.
No, Q. He was sitting over there like it was just a game. That's how I look at family game night when I'm not going for it because my little siblings don't know the rules and I'm annoyed that I'm losing. That's how he looked, annoyed that he was like, even my nigga might look.
Why am I here?
If you don't want to get in somebody's face, that's cool. My favorite quarterback for a better part of a decade was Eli Manning. But Eli Manning was up talking to his guys like, hey, we got it, no matter what, even with his fucking dopey face. Michael Penix wasn't over here pointing anybody to the side. You know what he's on the sideline doing? They were down to Oregon.
Brother,
he was freestyling, like really getting after it, bro. My guy in the chat, Micah got sports. He looked like he was waiting for the bus. That's exactly it. Someone said this on Twitter to fuck me up. He's got the facial expression pack of Bill Belichick. That's what he's got, bro. I'm not going for it. Ohio State is like a fast car. You don't have to be a great driver to make the car go fast. But what you have to do is be willing to floor it. Kyle McCord got in the car and drove on the highway like it was a school zone. And I'll never forgive him. And the very first fucking thing I'm going to do when we go back, when we win a title next year, is I'm going to say, damn, it should have been back-to-back. Because that's how good this fucking team is. Go ahead.
Bro, it feels like at this point, if we do that, it should have been a three-peat. How good this team fucking is.
I'm not going that far.
I mean, I feel like we were so close against Georgia, and this year it's like we're a quarterback away, and we said it did, and then hopefully everybody comes back, we can run it back. But it's just feel like we've been so close to this, like we're on the line of Natty, or this should be a Natty team. So I just want to ask you before we really like dive into coaches and positions, like what is it gonna take for this team to win a Natty? Because I feel like it's always just one thing that just throws us off, and it's like, God, like, can we get out of our own way for once?
It's funny because like this being in our own way was just because we let a parent infiltrate the program, and that's crazy. But I won't get too much into that. I told everybody I was going to let it go. I think we are a special teams philosophy change and a quarterback away from being a national title team. I don't know how good of a coach Parker Fleming is, but I'll say that I think he's coaching within the philosophy that special teams' job is to not fuck up.
Yeah.
Other places like Rutgers today, shout out for breaking the U.
Break the U.
They blocked a punt, special teams touchdown against Miami. That kind of play matters and that kind of play is big. But Parker Fleming, for whatever reason, doesn't quite do it like that. It's funny. The media, they get access to the open practices. They one of the open periods they got to watch was fucking the special teams practice. And it's like, damn, look, we're showing you Parker Fleming does do a job here. Look, he's coaching well. So I think that is funny. But I think we're a special teams change and a quarterback change away from being a national title. I'm talking up by 3 to start the fourth quarter against Georgia or Bama and just go win the game. That's how close we are. And it was like that last year as well.
100%. So let's get this super chat while we're at it over so I can see it. Goddamn. My thing.
You're good,
all
bro.
right, here we go.
Todd, thank you for the 5. Honda McCord is gone. Hopefully it's Ferrari Brown. He doesn't put around in second gear. Don't put around in second gear.
Nah, definitely Ferrari Brown is here, bro. I'm super excited for tomorrow. I just need that attitude change. I just need that vibe from the team. Like one thing, you want to win a Natty, bro. I need a team walking out there like we're about to destroy somebody. Like, we about to fuck somebody. Like I don't want people walking in the game smoothing, like like taking a deep breath before Youngstown State. I don't need
bro that people, bro. We should have known right then and there. We were in trouble.
Bro, that is the bottom line. Like, no, we're cooked.
Like, brother.
Oh my god,
it's Youngstown State.
No, whole facts.
That shit was crazy. They're calling him what? Bugatti Brown, Bentley Brown, Boats and Hose Brown. I prefer Durag Devin, but I know that doesn't have the cars element to it,
I'll take anything but McCord Brown. That's the level. That's the level I'm on.
I will take. Crazy. Shout out, dog. Go stream the tape if you haven't already. Fuck niggas.
Always, man. So obviously that's how things started out. So my first question here, we talked about what we need to win a Natty. Now we gotta go through these coaches and make sure everybody is up to par here. So I want to ask you just straight up because this is how I felt. Did Ryan Day himself completely fuck this up? Did he fuck up this team this year? Did he fuck up our chance for Natty with his team?
Hell yeah. He fucked this up.
Now hindsight seems to be 2020 right now.
No, it's never been hindsight with me, bro. Check the resume, bro. I knew it from the jump, bro. Like you say, he took a deep breath against Youngstown, 3 turnovers against Wisconsin in the first half. We were talking about a guy, we were down against Rutgers, bro, like at halftime and got excused, bro. This shit's always been ass and we knew it, bro. The simple fact of the matter is this. Ohio State, when they blew out Michigan in 2019, guess what?
Yeah.
Michigan scored 24 points. But it was a blowout because the offense was looking crazy, bro. This was a disaster, bro. And I don't think that anybody is shocked that Kyle McCord was ass. And really, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
No, I would say I'm a little shocked that Kyle McCord was ass and Joe's like, damn, he's that bad. But I'm even more shocked that he was ass and was just like, yeah, let's keep going. Like, you know, he's ass, but let's keep playing him and still figuring out he's more ass as we continue to go.
Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm more shocked about.
He went from ass to asser. I couldn't believe it, bro. Like he and you know what we should have known it was cooked, bro?
When
an Ohio State quarterback said he wore number 6 because Mark Sanchez is his favorite quarterback. And I'm not talking about the USC Mark Sanchez. I'm talking about the Jets ass fumble Mark Sanchez.
Damn, not butt fumble Mark Sanchez.
That's who we said was his favorite quarter. Q.
Oh my God.
Q.
That's a bad line right there. Now, I thought the Tate Martell line was kind of bad, but Mark Sanchez is pretty goddamn bad.
At least Tate Martell was a legend in the city, in the area that Devin was in and was the core. I mean, he was still Gatorade Player of the Year. And if you were cool about Tate Martell, then awesome. You went to camp with him, you were around him, you saw him. I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about if you told me your favorite IG model was Lexi Smollett from Twitter, I would stop talking to you, bro. That's what that is, bro. I would stop talking.
Blocked.
I would stop talking to you, bro.
Bro, yeah. Mark said that. Yeah, that's the biggest red, bro. Right there, you should lose your scholarship for this.
Like, nigga, if I asked you who your favorite, if you were a hooper, bro, still on the court, bro, and I was like, Q, who's your favorite player? And you said Nicholas Batum, I'm smacking, bro. I'm spitting in your face, bro. That's what this nigga said, bro.
Oh my God.
Like Giannis, if you're bro, like I'm not gonna, bro, like chat, bro. If you're out there and Q is hooping, like, you know, like warming up, you got to pick one up. Hey, Q, like and he goes over like, oh yeah, my favorite player is Nicholas Batum. I'm not picking you up, and you don't get to play on the court at all,
bro. What's that nigga name? Giannis.
Yeah. Giannis.
That's what my favorite hooper is.
Just say it, bro. Like, nigga, you picked the ass brother, bro.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah. I said it beginning.
Like, nigga, Q, if I got in the car with you and I was like, who's your favorite rapper? And you were like, Wale. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Hey man, shout out to DC, man. Represent. But
nigga,
no,
fuck you and DC and fuck Syracuse.
No, that shit was
and fuck every nigga named Derek except for Derek Jeter.
Man, look, I knew that shit was cooked from the beginning. It was bad. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? And I believed wholeheartedly Ryan David fucked this up. I was like, this is a national championship team. If the quarterback play is decent to good, this is a national championship contender. We couldn't even do that. Yeah. Wale, yeah, still got my Nike.
Hey, Ron, that's why I chose Wale, bro. I was trying to think about. I
still got my Nike boots, y'all. Don't even worry about it. Still in my closet. Got that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh my goodness.
Damn.
I think if I get in the car with Q, he put on some Jordan Sparks, nigga. Like, cut that shit the fuck off.
All right. But luckily, Kris,
yeah,
I'm gonna let you know right now. You do not have to talk about Kyle McCord ever again. You don't have to mention the name. I mean, maybe when he's asked to Syracuse, and you can say,
it's really fuck that nigga for real, bro. Yeah. He caught, bro, threes, bro. We have to go through 365 days of trolling from these Michigan niggas, and these Michigan niggas thinking they're on top, all because Kyle McCord forgot how to play football. It's like if Mark Sanchez went to that park that Charles Barkley was at and lost his powers, bro. It's talking like Space Jam. Like it's abysmal, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Well, like for you, a new dawn has aged in Ohio State lore. There is a new quarterback on the block who plays tomorrow that we get to see. So my guy Ron cut up a little video on the Twitter to show us who's in town now.
There was a man in 1519 who set sail on the final leg of a voyage that was to take him from the shores of Cuba to the Yucatan Peninsula. He had in his employ 500 soldiers, 100 sailors, 16 horses on 11 ships. And they were going to take the world's richest treasure that had been held by the same army for 600 years. He had to gather an army whose level of commitment was beyond that which ordinary people consider commitment. The day came that they were going to march in and take the treasure, and they gathered around. And as they gathered around, they grew quiet. What he said was 3 words that changed everything. Burn the boats. If we're going home in their boats. The question for us is, what is it in our lives that is still floating the excuses in our minds that's keeping us from getting what we say we want?
Kris Drew, the savior is here. DB steps in the reins. Now, Kris, what can I expect from DB tomorrow, man? Let me know. I'm so fed up with quarterback play. Just get me excited. Give me something different. What can I expect tomorrow when I turn on the Ohio State Buckeyes?
You're going to get maximum effort. You're going to get a kid who gives a fuck. And you're going to get a kid who's going to scramble for a first down and lower his shoulder into someone and get up and yell. Dog, like that, bro, he's – here's the thing. He's not CJ Stroud. He's not Justin Fields. He's not those guys. But he's fucking better than Kyle McCord.
Yeah.
Like, Devin Brown is going to give you really good college quarterback play. He's going to be your Jackson Dart, just skinnier. That's what he is. Him and Jackson Dart played for the same high school coach out there at Corner Canyon in Utah, and he broke all Jackson's records and did it and only played in the first half of games. He's a guy that maybe runs a little bit too much. He's a guy that gave Ryan Day some anxiety before, like in fall camp, when, by the way, he threw more touchdowns and less interceptions than Kyle McCord. Just want to throw that out there. But he's a guy that plays freely and not in structure. And for him, it's all about playmaking and playing super free. And when he plays that way, I mean, he's got a chance to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country, definitely in the Big Ten. And when you think about, like, because the bar is so low too, Q, and he sees it, I did wonder, okay, like he knows what the deal is, but now I know for a fact that a certain fire has been lit a little bit, a certain level of want to prove everybody wrong or prove everybody right, or, you know, go play the right way and go fucking ball out is happening. Because he sees an opportunity and he has a chance to go have a leave no doubt day, especially when you hear names like Will Howard keep getting mentioned. I mean, Devin is a guy who is not a dual threat guy, but led the nation in passing as a senior and did that with an AC shoulder joint sprain on his throwing shoulder. Q. Like, that's a fucking warrior, bro.
That's tough. I'll take it. I'm with my guy, dog. I'm gonna need him to get a visor. You know, make it look a little smooth. You know what I'm saying? Help the
least he can do is an arm sleeve, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, the least. Like, we're not getting a visor, dog, but just the arm sleeve for real.
But just some juice, man. I'm so happy that DB's gonna bring some juice to this team. Just some attitude. Just talk shit. Like, just give me anything other than what I just saw. I'm happy with. So I'm so looking forward to tomorrow. We'll get our answers there. But
you know what you get with Devin? Hold on. This is what you get with Devin. This is what I think people need is you get a watch this mentality with Devin Brown. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Something's gonna happen. Good, bad, indifferent. You gotta
watch this. Now, it might look like Jason Bean, but Jason Bean had 19 completions and threw for 450 yards. But you get to watch this. From Kyle McCord, you get let me go 3 and out so I can get off the field because I don't like it out here. So,
yeah, well, Kyle, niggas ain't even want to turn in to watch the game. Like, I'll be honest, like, bro, I gotta watch this game. I gotta talk about it, but I'm not looking forward to this. At least
bro,
Kyle's
like when you have to go to Kyle's like when you got to go to the DMV to get your license plate renewed, bro. That's the feeling in Kyle's head.
Whole fact. So let me ask you on Ryan Day, because we are grading Ryan Day for the season as quarterbacks coach and head coach because he made the selection. What grade would you give Ryan Day after this season?
A D. A solid D, and here's why. It didn't take a genius to figure out that Kyle McCord wasn't that guy. So instead of trying to expect him to be that guy, why don't you do some stuff to try to make his job easier? J.J. McCarthy is a way better quarterback than Kyle McCord is. And guess what Michigan did every now and again? They brought out Alex Orji and gave you a change of pace to help get drives going.
Yeah.
Right?
Something.
Like Jalen Milroe is a better quarterback than Kyle McCord. Guess what they did after that loss to Texas? So we're going to see all these quarterbacks play. We're going to put packages in. When you don't have an elite quarterback, you need to do things to make their job a little bit easier. And some of that includes some trick plays, some reverses, some reverse passes, something or another to get things going.
Whole facts. Anything, bro. I'm with you. And Chad, I want to get your grades for Ryan Day as well. Would you grade him throughout the season? And we're going to go coach by coach. So go ahead and get those in. I couldn't say better than D. I felt like it was on him, to be honest, with the way the season went. And he didn't get it right for the first. And this is first time I get it wrong, but he really didn't get it right, where I felt like the talent around this team and the star power was really up where we wanted, and we still couldn't get it done. So I feel like Ryan Day, C-Ball over here giving him a C, Mid-Guy Sports C+. Yeah, I'm with a D. I felt like he just it was not good. It was not fun to watch. It basically
we even see like guys like Drew Waller, they put in the fucking, the portobello mushroom dude, whatever his last name is, to go in there and get some free yards every now and again, bro, just to give a change of pace and give him a package, bro. The only package we saw was Devin Brown in the red zone, but we could have done other stuff with other players, right? You're Ohio State.
Yeah.
You could have given more. And how many trick plays have we run at Ohio State?
None. They're all screens.
Like, what is a misdirection? What is a reverse? Nigga, Michigan ran 2 flea flickers against Rutgers.
Yeah, bro. Do something, right? Rutgers ran the greatest trick play of all time. We said, I was like, damn. Add that to the playbook, bro. We need some juice on this play calling, man. Okay, so Ryan Day, I think it's a D for both of us. Chat's in there. I'm seeing mostly C's and D's in here.
And a D for the grip he let Derek get on the situation.
I didn't know where you were going when you said grip. So I'm happy.
See, this nigga Q is Yorny, bro. He always trying to talk about the grip reaper.
I did not start that. Y'all started that, so don't put that on me.
This nigga has a girl named in his phone Gripopotamus, bro. I don't know what's up with this boy. You ever heard of a Gripopotamus?
Ooh, I have now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, nigga, that's literally scroll down on your phone, bro. This nigga QB, the grip reaper.
Oh, bro.
My fault. Okay, my fault, Mrs. QPski. That's not true.
So, all right. So we're gonna run out his office staff. So basically what we're gonna grade coaches on, how their room played this year, how they're developing their room, and their recruiting. So next up for us, we got Tony Alford. Tony Alford, I thought Trey exploded later in the season. Had a pretty good time. Best back in college football, maybe not quite. Maybe most overall depth in his room was very good. But where would you grade Tony Alford on the season as far as coach?
I give him a B+, and I think that it's an A if he can finish off the best recruiting job yet, and that's keeping Trey for another year. And it looks like he will be doing that. And additionally, I'll give him a lot of credit for the management of that room, keeping everybody that will help the future of this program moving forward there. Additionally, the stuff he was able to do, the stuff those running backs were able to do, all of them, given the fact that up front they weren't that good early in the year, was really good. Like, a lot of times Tony Alford's guys made them right when they weren't right. And then I know there for a second there were some grumblings about Dallin Hayden being frustrated. Well, guess what? Dallin's going to be a part of a 1-2 punch next year. And really, we would be talking about these running backs being really, really good if the offense was better, and the offense was not very good in large part because there were some misses on the O-line and obviously Mr. McCord and whatever the fuck he did. So
yeah, I'm with you. I will give Tony Alford a solid, I would say probably a B+. I thought the room played very well this season. I thought he managed and kept everybody happy throughout most of the season. I thought the way he used Chip at times was amazing. Obviously, Trey exploded when you needed him to. The only really knock I can maybe give Tony Alford is keeps getting flipped on the recruiting trail, which you're going to the Florida running backs. You know what it is. So that's kind of hurts twice, but he also took another 2 backs additionally. So
yeah, he took 2 backs, and I know he had a backup plan because he had 3 backs with Jordan Lyle. But I've always been a Dixon fan, bro. Like people are gonna really like Dixon, I think, later on. And I've always been saying this. Dixon went to some camps that fucking Marshall went to, and he won the MVP at those camps, even though Marshall was Mr. Ohio. So I like Dixon, but I like Peoples a lot. But they're definitely not the South Florida speed that Lyle is.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think he's doing a good job. I can't complain. So let's move on to okay, Kris, this might get a little spicy here, right? Your boy Brian Hartline, ace recruiter, 2 5-stars in the class, but on your sports channel, Minister Sports, if you don't know, everybody should know by now. Definitely go check that out. Got a little bit of criticism this season for the wide receiver play. Fundamentally, they weren't his best. I remember talking with Ron a lot on shows, and I'm like, man, when's zone 6 going to really be zone 6? And yeah, we know Kyle McCord was terrible, but you watch these guys on the all-22. You can see all their routes, their separation. It left a bit to be desired. And not only came from you, another former Buckeye talked about this. So let's hear this clip.
When I was at Ohio State, we didn't just recruit, we developed as well. And I'm looking squarely at a guy like Brian Hartline on that coaching staff right now. You got 5-stars everywhere. Emeka Ibuka looks like the same player he was a year ago. Julian Fleming is still dropping the ball. What about the young guys? None of those guys are in rotation. You got a 3-man rotation out of a room that's probably got 5 or 6 5-stars in there. G. Scott Jr. at the tight end position has not gotten better over his time in Columbus. They got to develop players better too. Yeah, I know.
So there we go. Josh,
yeah, bro.
Little chips in. So Kris, I'll let you at the table. Where are you at with Mr. Hartline?
B-. I think that the 2 bright spots this year were XJ and his touches always made big plays, and Marv obviously, but guys have not gotten better, right? Like Emeka has not gotten better. Julian Fleming is going to be the poster child for not getting better. Those guys got to get better, and you also have to rotate, because if you've got guys in this room for 2 to 3 years and for 2 things here, if nobody is pushing those starters that are playing average, that's an issue culture-wise in your room, because why aren't they?
Exactly.
That it's really important. Secondly, I think there was at times a need for a deep threat and rotating guys, because late in the year, guys are able to get separation when they have fresh legs. Third, we know that Emeka was not super healthy. So why is it you can't put Ballard in there to spell him, or Ennis in there to get run? We know that Ennis is good enough to play. Obviously made the big play against Purdue, against their number 1 corner, by the way, and kind of made it shake. So for me, at least, there's just too many glaring frustration issues with Brian Hartline to give him anything better than a B-. I will give him some leeway, though, because holy fuck, the quarterback play was ass. Like there were plenty of times where guys were coming open and they were not getting hit. But again, guys like Carnell Tate, who Dog is saying in the chat, but we already know that, Denzel said Carnell was the 3rd best receiver in the room. Like he should have been playing a lot. The fact that he got 0 snaps against Michigan is a fucking concern. So that's how I feel about the receivers. B- for Mr. Brian Hartline.
Yeah, I'm kind of split here. I probably will go C+. I have not been happy with the rotation of Hartline. I've not been happy with the fundamental development of guys really. Zach talked about maximization, and we know how good Marv. Yeah, Marv won the Biletnikoff. Great, great balls in the air. He's going to get it. Ball skills are out of control. Route running, laziness. Sometimes he leaves a lot to be desired, and that's what you want. You want to maximize. You get all the 5-stars you want. I can go down the list of guys who have come here, highly rated, top 100 players. We were super excited. Where have they gone? You can almost do half of the guys we brought in. We don't even. They're at another school now, or are probably going to another school. So there is a lot to be desired, and like Josh Perry said, I just don't feel like this room is getting maximized. I would love to see. You can bring in all the 5-stars you want. Your 5-stars need to play like 5-stars. And that's the one thing I said. I was like, outside of the JSN, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave year, like I want to see, with the amount of talent that is in this room, I want to see us walk out there like a 2019 Bama or LSU and just be a dominant room and just make people look silly. And Kyle McCord, yes, could have held this room back, and they did get open at times. He didn't maximize them, but they still didn't look like those rooms. But they have the talent of those rooms and the rotation.
Look at my guy Ron, bro. He gets an A+ for landing JJ.
That's all that mattered, Ron. So he didn't get trolled. So he got what he wanted. He's happy. But yeah, man, I have a little bit of a problem with the way this room has gone. It's hard for me to give him with a C+. It's like just the talent, and wide receiver coaches around the nation would love to get their hands on his talent. Yeah. Brian Hartline's bringing him in, so you got to give him credit for that. I just feel like we're just lacking that and I'm just like, I just want to see this room just be that much better because I know they can be.
Yeah, Cam was a good point. Our wide receiver hearts were not in it. They did look like they were not fucking with Kyle. That's a fucking fact. That's a really good point. That's where we're going. That's where we're going B-. I would like to see rotation though. It just feels like such an obvious fix is right there, you know. Yeah. Like nigga, just rotate. Like Phil Longo, who's one of the best passing minds in the sport, mentioned several times that like it's important to rotate to keep guys fresh because nobody has 5 corners. So if you tire these corners out, it'll just create a bigger gap for your guys late in the fourth quarter if you have 4 well-coached guys.
Yeah. And like you said, he rolls a lot of talent. Looks like Emeka's coming back next year. So we'll get another room with a better quarterback play, and we'll see. But yeah, just a little. I just want a little more. But obviously, I want to ask this question because Denzel Burke himself brought it up. And Kris, I want to ask you. He said Carnell Tate was third best wide receiver on this roster, but there were senior guys ahead of him. And it made me think about something. Kris Drew, and this is for the chat as well. When's the last time you remember a surprising position battle win? Because it feels like it's been a long time since we look at the roster and we go into the season. It's like, yeah, we can pencil it here. We know Tommy is about to start. We know Lathan Rance is about to start here. Like, when's the last time a guy got a starting role where you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming? Because when I thought about it, it's been a long time. It feels like. So, yeah, Kris, do you remember the last time, offense or defense, the last time we're surprised by a starter?
I really don't. That was a really good question. It kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. Like, I guess I was a little surprised about Proctor this year, but also Proctor's an old guy, so it made sense. I wasn't surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised that I haven't been surprised that much. Like, DeJuan Jones being a tackle over Paris Johnson was crazy, but not a surprise. They just did PJ wrong.
Yeah, and they also had Darren Mumford starting for 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they talked about Daniel with a good point about Denzel Burke starting against Minnesota, but we had all the corner injuries.
Yeah, there was a lot of injuries.
Like, everybody was hurt, and so that's kind of what opened up the door for him, and then he played well enough to kind of seize that job moving forward. Fuck, I don't know, bro. Do you have one in mind that surprised you?
Not in the last few years. It feels like the senior guy who's been here is just gonna start next year. Besides injury, like Denzel Burke's situation, where he was like, we're surprised, but everybody else is out. The 2 starting corners are out that game, basically.
Yeah, I am surprised that Denzel Burke got burned ahead of guys like Jordan Hancock, who were higher recruited, and Denzel Burke wasn't a corner. So
I guess he was also there in the spring, and that was the difference. Hancock showed up in the summer, and JK showed up in the summer.
Kalen, yeah. But outside of that, I've been surprised by anything.
It just leads to that competition aspect of like, you would think, you know, and we talk about this guy ad nauseum with CJ Hicks, but you would think him or Gabe Powers would be able to maybe crack that lineup just a year early before guys leave, or, you know, or somebody who's there for a while loses their spots. We just don't see guys ever lose their spots. I mean, Tyleek and Mike Hall, as much as we talk about them, this was their first year playing. They've been here for 3 years now. This is their first year playing. So
which is fucking criminal. I mean, you would think, bro, that like Dog had the fucking point of the year in there right now. Like, Denzel Burke starting as a true freshman went so well, and we stopped doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, him playing that well as a true freshman should have been like, oh, okay. Like, maybe we should play Mike Hall young, Tyleek young, CJ Hicks young. Like, holy shit.
Old man now. He can drink.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Oh man. So yeah, I want to throw them in there if you remember or have a surprise. But yeah, I did remember. But yeah, I do want to go and move it forward. So Justin Fry, this guy on the offense, we'll talk. Well, him besides Coach Key, where would you grade him at? Because it's a little interesting. He can recruit a tackle, but I also feel like that's an NIL position, which we'll talk about a little later. But I thought the offensive line played really well. So where would you grade Justin Fry this season?
I'll give him a B+, bro. He was handed dog shit and did a good job not having that unit be the weakest unit on the team. Early in the year started off really, really slow, but development wise, like that was the unit that developed the most. I also think it was kind of fucked up, bro, because like Kyle McCord was taking sacks mainly because of Kyle McCord's inability to feel a pocket. So I'll give Justin a B+. Mainly because I think of all the units, that was the best development, I think, because he took a group that was not very good and probably made them really good, in my opinion.
No, in fact, I'm right with you. I'd probably go B+. His room played extremely well. He got guys. He did the portal and got his left tackle, which played extremely well. So give him credit on that. He developed them. Also recruiting this offensive line class. We don't have the standout tackle that I wish we would get, but it's a lot of guys where you're like, okay, there's some potential here. There's some potential in this recruiting class, and he's done it now two years in a row. So I'm impressed with Justin Fry. I don't really have complaints on him. I hope this offensive line continues to take a jump, but I think he's doing a B+ job right now.
And I have no concern about that room moving forward.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, as long as they continue to find a portal plug here or there, I mean, eventually, we got to get a tackle in recruiting. Eventually, but you know the way it is, people are going to throw money at guys. It is extremely hard, so I will cut him some slack on that. And then Coach Key, your guy, Coach Key, and who stood 10 toes in the city of Cleveland.
Nigga, Coach Key get an A. He got stuck up on the east side of Cleveland, bro. He's good. Like, niggas want more ski masks and gas station pictures at Ohio State. Guess what? Coach Key's going to recruit the right guys because he got stuck up trying to go get a tight end. First of all, I love the tight end class he brought in. I think Demarion Witten's going to be a really fucking good one. Winning Jelani Thurman out of Georgia, big fucking deal. And the tight ends, I think, played better this year than they did last year. And that's different and unique because he's a first-time coach who doesn't have an offensive line background. But honestly, like if it weren't for Coach Key and those tight ends, this might have been a 16-16 game season.
Yeah,
for Kyle McCord.
Yeah, they definitely cased over our guy.
Bro, the next group is going crazy, bro. Like Demarion Witten. Here we go, Ken. Look, dog, bro. Demarion Witten, as the east side of Cleveland public school nigga, gas station photos, got that. Jelani Thurman, one of those ones, got the masks on. I mean, those two guys in that tight end room, and now we only got niggas like that. Like, we throw the ball to Cade Stover so much, bro. Like, if we threw the ball to a guy like Jelani Thurman as much as we threw the ball to Cade Stover, he would have housed 3 more at least.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Coach Key, think he's doing an A job, bro. I like the way his room played this year. That recruiting, all I need is you bring the talent in the door. Hell, just keep bringing them in. Some of these guys are going to hit. When one does hit, bro, you're going to have an award winner.
Well, and look, Q, now you look. Ryan Day has this obsession with throwing tight ends the ball, and now Coach Key's making sure that it has to be an athlete that's catching the ball.
Oh, facts.
And that's so important, bro. Because we be scheming up shit for that nigga K, and I like K, but holy shit.
Hey, all out of non-athletes, bro.
G Scott got more make you miss than everybody.
You know what they really gonna fuck us up on? What if Bennett Christian start?
I would be okay with it because the niggas on roids.
Right? They gonna really be like, oh yeah, you think we just got athlete? We got something for y'all, bro.
Nigga, during the suspension, is he getting drug tested? He's about to come back looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man.
Hey, bro. Hey, I know that man gonna be able to block. That's for sure.
Nigga gonna come back looking like Thor.
Holy shit. All right, everybody. We're at the halfway point with the coach's grade. So
allegedly, my fault. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Getting your questions. We want to answer some questions here. So throw those in now. We'll get to them and Ron mark the good ones for that. But too, one thing I did want to mention is we know about, signing day and recruiting debacle. We did try to get an NIL spokesperson in here. We were unable to, but we did try for y'all. So unfortunately, maybe on the next day of the program we can, but they dodged us a little bit, Kris Drew. They
nigga, not a little bit. They hold ducked, bro. Who's the greatest duck of all time? Ohio State NIL people, Dan Lanning, Marcus Mariota, or Donald?
Oh man, they avoiding us, man. But yeah, man. So offense overall with this offensive staff, I think it's still solid. There's some guys out there that, we would love maybe like a Kenny G. We love to get back, but there's just not really a spot right now. But I think overall, this offensive staff is solid. I'm still happy where it's at, and moving forward, I don't really have complaints with it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Kris, there's two sides of the ball. So we got to get to defense now and do our defensive grades. So start with you with Jim Knowles. Jim Knowles last season, heavily criticized. I defended Jim Knowles in the preseason. I said, hey, man, roll that defense out there with better athletes. We'll be all right. That he did. The number one defense in the nation, Jim Knowles. What do you think about Jim Knowles this season? Where are we at?
A minus.
Okay.
A minus. I think he was really good. I think the only thing I would have liked more is more blitzing against Michigan. But I mean, we didn't let anybody score over 30 all year. Like he's the real fucking deal. It was really a lack of talent thing last year. And I know he's still beefing with Larry Johnson, allegedly, is the rumor. It would have been an A+, but he's a linebacker coach, and so James Laurinaitis, and these niggas cannot figure out a way to get CJ Hicks ready, and that's the biggest fucking frustration ever.
Well, Kris, don't worry, because CJ Hicks will be unleashed next season.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I
swear he said something like that at the beginning of the season.
He did, bro. He did say that shit, bro. And I thought, oh, bet it's going. And I heard they had a package in place for him, but someone didn't want to pull one of their guys off the field for it, so it got axed. But we don't have to talk about that here.
Yeah, man, it's hard. As the defensive coordinator, it's hard to give Jim Knowles anything other than A. I think he was incredible this season. I thought the defense played much, much better. I wish they were a little more risky like they were last season.
Hey, you see what Evan said, bro? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
He said, someone said it best. Steel Chambers is a future WWE superstar.
Yeah, we not winning no Natty with niggas out there like that, bro.
I love Steel Chambers.
Love you still, bro. God damn.
But yeah, back to Jim Knowles. Would you give him grade wise?
Okay, so as a defensive coordinator, I probably have to go A. As a linebacker coach, god damn, I think maybe go D.
That's what I'm saying.
I felt like, and we said it all season, bro, and we talked about this. The only thing I don't want you to do is make the same mistake twice. Talked about this on part 1 of the State of the Program. We rolled out there against Georgia last season. And we were like, all right, let's see what y'all got. They were like, oh, shit, y'all got Tommy and Steele? Oh, all right, bet. Tight ends going for fucking 200 yards. Like, he just cooked for 200 yards. And we were like, well, all right, Jim Knowles, that's your one. You lay the rest, we got B deep, it's fine. Next season, let's make sure we don't do that. Roll out there against Michigan. Tommy and Steele. JJ throws for 150. 118 to the tight ends. Nigga, what are we doing? That's just my question. I don't know. Tell
this
me,
nigga threw for 150 and 118 yards with the tight ends. That is disgusting.
Like, as a linebacker coach, you got to do something different. Also, too, with the lack of young talent, again, out there playing, getting reps. We talked about it on part 1. Bama and UGA or yeah. Oh shit. UGA, Bama found a way to play their young guy. They're freshmen around 2,000 snaps. Ohio State says 700. A lot of this is on defense. Like, we got to get guys on the field. That's my main criticism. 1, get some better athletes at linebacker. 2, get some young niggas on the field. That's all I want to see from Jim Knowles. So we get the key as a linebacker coach.
And just 3 things. You get a better product later on because guys are not so green when they get their first start. Secondly, you get a rotation, which leads to your starters out there with less likelihood to get hurt. 3, it helps recruiting. We haven't recruited
many linebackers here.
Like, what the fuck? If you want to recruit young niggas, tell them that they will get a chance to play early, and then also, instead of running guys out there, running them into the ground, bro.
It's rough, bro. I feel like I don't want to.
Hey, Dog's really spitting right now, bro. He said Hancock didn't play over Cam Martinez. He must have been asked too. That is a fucking bar. Oh my god.
Hancock was hurt, man. He was hurt.
Nigga,
bro.
He wasn't that hurt.
That's no injury bad enough to keep him behind Cam Martinez.
Bro, this nigga didn't get shot in the leg.
He had to get hit by a bus to play behind.
Like, Cam Martinez played like when I wake up from a nap and my leg's asleep. That's how he plays at all times, bro. There's no fucking way.
Hey, tell niggas go to Ball State. Tell niggas go to Boston College.
That's what I'm saying. Tell niggas to go to Ball State. Tell niggas to go to Cincinnati. Tell niggas to go to Boston College.
Dude,
and don't look back.
Don't look back, man. All right.
Jeff After about to have that nigga as an All-American, though. Just watch.
All right, man. We'll see what guy Halfley can do over there. Y'all know I love Halfley. But yeah, man. Okay. First of all, make sure y'all like that video. We about halfway. We cooking. We got Kris Drew in the building.
Big KD.
Man, on his Thursday nights. Bro, who said QB1 and beat
We said it, bro.
QB1.
Nigga, he need to pop out somewhere and be a quarterback for real, for real.
Oh, snap. Okay. So let's get to our guy who is much debated also, Larry Johnson.
Okay.
Larry Johnson hasn't recruited a soul in about 2 years other than Edric Houston. He's about the only lineman we've signed in the last like 4 years. But defensive line played pretty well this season. I know they were good. Finally, hey, Mike Hall, Ty Lee, pretty good, ain't they? Pretty good players. Maybe should have started a couple years ago. They're pretty good. So, Larry Johnson, where would you grade him? Because we know the philosophical differences. They don't rush the passer like they used to. They play a little more close and, more stop the run-ish. But Larry Johnson hasn't recruited well. He's getting up there in age. Everybody's, flipping his guys. Justice Scott goes to Miami, all that good stuff. Where are you at with Larry Johnson?
Do you remember when Shaq was on the Raptors?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that?
I do not remember. I remember him in Boston. The Raptors, a little extreme.
Do you remember when Tracy McGrady was on the Spurs?
I actually do, unfortunately, remember that. It was just barely.
That's what I feel like we're dealing with LJ, bro.
He
gets a C, bro, because I'm sick of these 5 stars not getting 0 sacks, and I'm sick of Miami beating us on kids just off income. Like, I'm sick of that. But also, I know he's a legend, but damn, bro, it's like, you remember when Melo was on the Rockets?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's what I feel like we got right now, bro.
Got one more in me.
Nigga, I don't want you to have one more in you.
That's what Larry said. That's what Larry said. He got one more in him, bro.
Yeah, you know that Mia Khalifa is still making tapes this year.
That's what I'm saying. Got one more in me, bro.
Like,
oh man. This is hard, bro. I don't know where I'm at with Larry. Like, I feel like it was his time maybe a year ago. We didn't sign nobody, and yet he still stayed another year, and we signed nobody again. And I don't want to push him out the door, but it's getting to the point where it's like, bro, you gotta retire sometime. Like, you can't do this another 10 years.
Nigga,
all you do is another 2 years.
Nigga, it's Dwayne Wade on the Cavs. It's Steve Nash on the Lakers. Like,
I just feel like it's time, bro. I just feel like it's time. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to give Larry a bad grade because they performed well. He didn't recruit nobody, so I'll probably go a C with you. I thought they were very solid this season. I wanted to get more sacks, but hey, bro.
Can you pick it on the Steelers? No, it's not, bro. That's Parker Fleming.
Oh my God. Y'all fools, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. See, none of y'all remember fucking Shaq on the Raptors. That's the problem.
All right. Okay. So LJ, we got him out the way. All right, everybody. Tim Walton is up next. Kris Drew. Tim Walton. I want to ask you a question about old Mr. Walton. Let's play a little devil's advocate here, right? Tim Walton.
Maybe you wait for me to give my grade for Walton.
No.
I want to play devil's advocate.
Okay, go ahead. Give your grade before, and then I'll play a little devil's advocate.
A+. Let's go. What's the grade?
I would agree too. They were outstanding this season.
Bro, you don't have to agree with me, bro. I'm ready for the devil's advocate.
No, you want devil's advocate? Okay. I want to ask you, Kris Drew. This is me playing devil's advocate. I think Tim Walton is doing a great job on the field and as far as recruiting. But we be on people's ass when it comes to recruiting. As a recruiter, do you think Tim Walton is getting a little bit of a pass?
As a recruiter?
I've had enough. Like, what are we doing?
First of all, this is my show.
Get him out of here.
Get right out of here, bro. This is my show. Anyway, Kris Drew, this is why I asked you this question. Right? Tim Walton has got basically 3 top 100 cornerbacks, but they're all from Ohio. Something from the benefit that a lot of other recruiters have not gotten. So do you think as far as recruiting, Tim Walton is getting a little bit of a pass?
Hey, I think Tim's doing a really great job. he has gotten lucky with getting Ohio kids, but we've also seen other coaches on Ohio State ignore Ohio kids. And I'm not even going to hold you. Tim Walton might be the best all-around coach we have on the team.
I agree with that.
But I do hear what you're saying. He did get really lucky though with the Ohio kids being there. I can definitely see that. You're not quite battling the Bamas of the world and the Texas of the world. But I like bringing the best from Ohio because I think that has pedigree. But also you're going to see something too because I feel pretty good about a guy like Devin Sanchez, who I think is going to be the number one corner in next year's class, taking over Ohio State. I think Tim Walton is good. I think Tim Walton's good. I do hear you though. It's definitely some circumstances that kind of helped him get there, but he's done nothing to suggest to me that he wouldn't be able to do this
on the national level.
There's been nothing there. The way that the Sanchez family spoke to me about Tim Walton blew my fucking mind. And additionally, that the next job is keeping guys at Ohio State. Dog, we're about to get Denzel Burke for another season. I think maybe my frustration, I don't know whose job it is about fucking Cam Martinez playing over Hancock. Maybe that's the only one that I kind of take issue with.
Yeah, that was what it is. But that might be a Perry issue.
Yeah. I don't know who it is because I talked to a recruit and he told me that nickel corner role gets coached by Tim Walton. So I don't even fucking know.
Oh, yeah,
nickel safety, I mean.
He did say that. Okay. And maybe that was Tim Walton thing. But no, I think Tim Walton's doing an outstanding job. I think he's recruiting well. He has, I think he's lucked up a little bit and got a lot of guys in Ohio that are great players. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hell, shoot, Georgia. Everybody's a great player in Georgia and they get to recruit their own state. So I just wanted to ask the question before Ron rudely interrupted me. But yeah, man, no, I think he's doing an A+ job. All right, let's go to Perry, the safeties coach. The last one on the defensive staff, because we do not need to talk about Parker Fleming on this network. We've done that a million times. So we just go skip over here. Perry, how is he doing at safeties? What grade would you give him?
This year or overall? Just this year? A.
I mean, this year is recruiting.
This year B, because there was no reason for Malik Hartford not to play, and then to play him one snap.
Yeah, that was bad
against Michigan. I think that he should have rotated a little bit more, but I'll give him a B+.
Okay, that's all. Oh, where you at with the chat with Perry? Where you at with Perry in the chat? Let me know. I think obviously, he just beat me to it. I got dog with the revival of Josh Proctor, who I bought heavy stock in before this season. Bought heavy. I told y'all Josh Proctor was coming. I think he did a great job with him. Sonny Styles had to start. He made sure he did start. Oh, go ahead, Kris. You got something?
Honestly, like one of the big frustrations is this nigga couldn't recruit his own cousin. That's one that got to me. You feel me?
Yeah, I think on the field safeties were outstanding. I mean, if you want to count Hancock or not Hancock, the two back safeties I think were outstanding. Even with Lathan Ransom getting hurt, Josh Proctor, Lathan Ransom, and Sonny Styles were really good this season. I mean, my biggest beef is Sonny Styles was playing behind Steel Chambers for some odd reason in certain lineups. So that was a little crazy, but that's more
just disgusting. And I do think that he's going to get another big recruiting win because I think that that bro is about to bring back Lathan Ransom.
That's another big one.
And that
man. So no, I think he did a great job. Not recruiting his own cousin. That one does hurt. Guy would it'd be great to get a big time safety in his room, but I will give him a B+. I'm with you. A+ if he got a big time recruit, but I will give him a B+. I love to see it. I think Perry did a great job. So obviously we covered the staff there. Any changes that you think we really need to see this offseason? Because we wait till after the game. The game's tomorrow. Obviously, Parker Fleming needs to go.
I was about to say, you didn't ask me about a Parker Fleming grade or a Corey Dennis grade.
You will. No, I threw Parker Fleming game with Ryan Dax. We won't really call him. And I don't blame Corey Dennis for what happened with Kyle McCord. I really don't. And Parker Fleming does not need to get talked about. He's not even on the staff. He's just collecting a check. But another guy I wanted to ask you about, though, before I forget, James Laurinaitis. Well talked about. Well promoted. Does he deserve a promotion yet?
No. I don't want no nigga to get promoted that's telling all his friends that CJ Hicks isn't good enough and is telling a guy like Anthony Schlegel to talk about CJ Hicks. No. Like, if you want to be full-time, get CJ Hicks ready. Period. That's literally it, bro. That's literally it. Like, I know people like James Laurinaitis. I know he recruits well. Cool. But fuck no. I'm not even grading, bro, because why isn't CJ Hicks ready? And honestly, the linebackers got worse. So get Gabe Powers ready. Get somebody ready. And if you don't like niggas playing quarterback or linebacker, just say that. And you can go coach linebackers at Princeton.
Luckily, we got Cody Simon back, so we'll all be happy when he guarantees start next year because nobody loses a position battle at Ohio State.
No,
that does not happen. But yeah, man. So James Nice has not earned promotion yet in your eyes, Kris Drew. But what staff changes does this staff need to make? Any immediate ones where you're like, okay, that guy does not need to be here next year. We need to move on outside of Parker Fleming, who we all know. So who would you bring in another position coach for Parker Fleming? And does anybody on the staff need to get the boot?
Oh, who would I bring in?
Like, you don't have to name a particular coach, but a position.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I think they should bring in somebody from the Shiano tree for special teams. And then honestly, if someone wanted to move on, I would have went and got Kenny Guyton because I think he's got good chops, at least in this world. At this point, I would probably replace Larry Johnson. That's the one. I'd probably replace Larry Johnson with my guy down there at Ole Miss. So,
okay.
So that's where I'm at. I can't remember bro's name. Holy shit, it slipped me right now. Fuck.
Well, why you think about that? I will agree with you. I think it's time to move on from LJ. I think it's been a little time. Obviously, we should have another position on the line when Parker Fleming gets the boot. So I would love to fill a defensive staff role there.
Randall Joyner. Holy shit. That's the one, bro. I would love to bring him in.
Might be on that one. I left you hanging because I knew exactly who you were talking about. I just didn't get a name.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Oh man, but yeah, that's what I would do. LJ, get him a replacement and get somebody in here that's not James Laurinaitis for Parker Fleming. Gets another full-time position coach on the defensive end. All right, Kris, in chat, hot take question. We just covered the defensive staff. Do you think the defense will be the number one defense in the nation now? Will be even better next year when we roll out in 2024?
What did Floyd say? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, no, I do. I think they're going to be better. I think they have a really cool chance to do something really cool and rotate Davis and Igbinosun in and out to give us what we want. And what we want is Denzel Burke and Matthews playing next to each other. I think they have a chance to get really freaky if LJ will allow them to, and line up Sonny next to CJ Hicks on the edge, and had a chance, to kind of really create some chaos.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be better. I think we're going to have a lot of NFL guys on this roster, and I think some of the non-NFL guys are out of eligibility. And I think that's really important. So, linebacker room as well. So, yeah.
It's really important that some of the guys are out of eligibility. It's crazy.
It is. No, it is.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you. I think give me some athletes at linebacker. Let's roll this shit out again in 2024 and have a dominant ass defense. Bring Burke back. That's cool. Rotate him, Matthews, Igbinosun. Got Sonny Styles with another year of development. Laid the Ransoms back. I'm good. It slides right into Josh Proctor's role. I'm good to go, man. I think this team, with bringing everyone back, is loaded next season. As long as everybody comes back that are saying they are, I think they're loaded next season.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's three NFL corners, bro. That's 3 NFL corners.
So, Kris,
four if Hancock stays.
So let me ask this to you in the chat. We talk about the defense is going to be better. And the offensive staff is doing a good job. With this current roster, bringing them back in 2024, is Ohio State on the record for state of the program the 2024 favorite to win the Natty?
If Devin Brown is who I think he is, why wouldn't they be?
Like you pull in elite quarter, or you don't have to be elite. You pull in solid quarterback play. You bring everybody back.
Yeah,
you might be going crazy on the fall edition of State of the Program next year.
Nigga,
so I feel like that's the Natty season. That was my season coming in. I was like, quarterback play, give me a Natty. If it's good, we in there. It wasn't. Roll it back, run it back.
If Devin Brown goes crazy, there's a lot of the fan bases are going to end up blocking me, and I've never been that guy that gets blocked. So, yeah, Natty favorites. I mean, it'll be Ohio State, Texas, Ole Miss will be in the conversation. Bama, Georgia will be your normal suspects, and then Oregon will probably be floating around there as well. So, yeah, no, I mean, again, elite defense, and they're getting to the point where they can't fuck it up because the slow guys are getting out of the program, and there's no way you can start one of these slow guys next year. There's no way.
Yeah, and then we also got Ron's guy Jeremiah Smith, who's worth himself 20 points per game. So
Is he the best receiver in the Big Ten next year? Question for you, or who is the best receiver in the Big Ten to you next year?
No, he's not the best receiver in the Big Ten next year. That's a good question.
I think he's probably top 5. I think he's a top 5 talent. I hope he's playing.
I think he could be up there, bro.
He's gonna have to play.
Like, if a Mecca comes back, he better be the best receiver in the Big Ten.
Man, you're fried.
He better be.
What?
Comes back for a 4th year, he better be the best receiver.
Bro, he's not better than Polk. I hate to break it to you. Polk went for 1K, bro, out there at Washington, bro, and was going crazy, bro.
Oh God, bro, I forgot Washington's coming in.
Yeah, bro, exactly, bro.
Exactly. That's why I got you on the show, Big Kris Drew.
Yeah, you feel me?
Okay.
Oh, Carnell Tate.
Yeah, Tate is one. He could be up there. I don't know, man. I feel like I just want to see the real Emeka. I don't want to see the transformer / Terminator of Emeka.
Right now he's like thick Mecca. I want him to slim down a little bit.
He can play linebacker for real. Like,
yeah, like get rid of thick Mecca. Bring me skinny Mecca.
Yeah,
and
he went back
and bring me BI. BI is the one, bro. People don't know, bro. BI is really that guy.
Yeah, I love to see it because I'm tired of doing the state of the program with losing hope to win a natty, bro. That's all I want to see. That's why we do the show, bro. That's why we do the show. We just want to see a natty. We're just trying to help y'all. Help us help you.
Oh, Troy Franklin, crazy too. I thought he was draft eligible.
Yeah, he is. Same class as Mecca and Marv.
Troy Franklin's crazy, but he's drafted. Is he not? Oh, mid-weed is great. This thing dog is so fucking funny, bro.
Oh man. Okay. So let me ask you real quick. We touched about it because we had the signing day, state of the program, even though it was pre-signing day, and they took my Jeremiah McCord prediction, and that went to hell. But just final thoughts from you in the chat. Portal, signing day. Are you happy with this class we brought in? Where we at with recruiting? Let me know, Mr. Kris Drew.
I'm happy with it. I wish we wouldn't have had the flip on the D line. I wish we wouldn't have had the McClellan flip, but the guys that are in this class, the top end guys are all there. I do think this will give you a chance to go add one defensive lineman at one of the other signing days. And then additionally, one of the things I talked about on Menace a little bit is during that spring window, Ohio State's going to be able to get all the SEC guys they want because SEC guys can't transfer to other SEC programs. And so I think that they'll see some added portal guys there to kind of fill out the class as well. So no, I like where the class is.
Yeah, I thought about it with Ron. As far as composite, they do look around the same where they are. Usually, I just feel a little bit of missing on star power, especially at key positions. Like it would be really nice to bring in a 5-star.
But they do have the most 5 stars in the country.
They do, but it's just a typical like quarterback,
receiver, like the 2 receivers.
Receiver. And I talked about this, and I wanted to ask you this. Actually, that just reminded me. Do you feel like with these rosters Ohio State's put together, a lot of that composite talent is cooking on the bench? For the like we talk about, we roll out and we say, "Oh, Ohio State's 2 or 3 in composite talent," but all 10 receivers are damn near top 100 players. All the quarterbacks are like top 150 players.
Mm-hmm.
DN, we got 2 that were top 100 players, sitting behind 2 other top 100 players. Do you feel like a lot of the talent composite is cooking on the bench?
I do. It's really frustrating. I mean, like CJ Hicks has been cooking, and that's like you just throw a steak on the grill and tell us for 2 years it's not ready. Like, nigga, what are you talking about? It's been ready.
How long you cook steaks?
Yeah, like that's crazy. And I do think some of the talent composite like gets shoved in certain rooms. Like the wide receiver composite kind of brings up the team composite, and a lot of those guys don't really play. Like BI was the only 5-star in the whole Big Ten, had 1 catch all year.
Facts.
So I do think the young players are cooking on the bench a little bit, while we see other teams like Georgia and Bama playing their freshman 2,000 snaps, and it's like those are the schools you're chasing.
Yeah, and they're spread out.
Yeah, exactly.
They got a D tackle who's a 5-star. They got a safety who's a high 4-star. They got
and those guys play too. And those guys play, so they're not exactly cooking on the bench. So no, we do have like a 5-star cooking on the bench issue at Ohio State. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, that's the last question I wanted to ask before we get to these bowl game predictions. So, chat, let me know if y'all have any questions. First of all, let me know. Shoot them in there before we get out of here. But I want some bowl game predictions, man. We got a game tomorrow.
Yeah, we do.
We got a game tomorrow. I'm excited. Ron's excited. You're excited. Give me some bowl game predictions, man. Chat, throw them out there. What's the score tomorrow? Give me some scores. Who's going to break out? Who do you want to see? Who's been cooking on the bench that finally might get some limelight? Kris Drew, what are you looking forward to?
I'm excited to see a 1-2 punch in the running back room. One thing that we haven't really seen for a while is a true 1-2 punch, and to kind of get a situation where everybody eats. The O-line has gotten better and better and better with guys developing through the season, and now they have a whole bowl window to get healthy and get right, and I think that's going to matter. Mizzou has more opt-outs than Ohio State. I think that's really interesting, and I think that I'm excited to see a guy like Jelani Thurman get more touches because I'm sure they won't give Cade a ton of work because obviously next year's super important. So to see Jelani out there with G. Scott, I think is really important, and I think Devin Brown goes for 300 and 3 touchdowns. And I got 38-20, 38-17, the good guys. So I'm just excited for this. I think this is kind of how you want to be. And Ohio State doesn't lose non-playoff bowl games. I don't know if you know that, Q. If you close your eyes and think about the last time they lost a non-playoff bowl game, do you know what it was?
Shit, that's a good question. Probably been a
Clemson 2013. So it's been that long. It's been 10 years since Ohio State lost a game like that. So I want to avoid injuries, and I want to see Devin Brown burn the fucking boats because now it's not about being all talk. He's got to go live what he's been preaching about. And I'm excited to see him have kind of his watch this moment so I can dunk on everybody on Twitter for the next year.
Yeah, we got some predictions in here. Let me throw mine out, then I'll hit to the chat, man. Yeah, obviously, I want to see this receiver group behind Marvin, Julian, who's been cooking. I want to see them go play, man. I want to see some Tate. I want to see some Ennis. I want to see some Ballard. Maybe
we got to see some Tate, man.
Can we get some speed on the field? I don't know. Maybe because it's light skin, bro. Maybe that's why he doesn't play. Too much dancing in the pregame. It just cause him on the bench.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, look, we've seen 2 quarterbacks in the roster dance: Lincoln Keenholz, Kyle McCord. The one we haven't seen, Devin Brown. That's good enough for me.
Man, that's good enough. Yeah, man. Hopefully we put up some points. I do want to see Dallin Hayden. We only got to see him really a game, but it looked well. So that 1-2 punch I am looking forward to. And then some of this young defensive talent, man. I want to see more Jermaine Matthews, man. I want to see more Malik Hartford. Like these guys.
Bro, Denzel Burke versus Luther Burden is going to feed families.
It's a great matchup, bro. Him and Jermaine Matthews. I want to see them both get their time. Mm-hmm. So that was definitely. Let me see, chat. What are we looking forward to? We got some score predictions in here. But they open the play. I mean, that's a great question. I mean, that's what they said in practice. They said they might open the playbook. He got a real QB in town.
Well, it's funny because Denzel Burke did say that, which is nuts. Second of all, even if he doesn't open up the playbook, you know what you're going to see? Scramble drill, and that nigga Dev is going to freestyle, and Ryan's going to be pissed, but he's going to make something shake. So if Day doesn't open it up, Dev will. I mean, we're talking about the guy that checked to a slot fade on 3rd and 1 against Purdue.
Oh, facts. There is. Goddamn, is that Odysseus? I got a 38-23 Buck prediction. I'd love to see that. Daniel, he says, you guys doing a morning show tomorrow or a pregame show? Well, Daniel, you are in luck. I believe we are doing both tomorrow. Get the double dip of us. Get the morning roast, get the pregame show. It's game day, baby. We back.
Heavy content.
Yeah, heavy content day, you know. Why are we getting anyone in the portal from Supreme? I don't know, bro. I don't know if Ohio State knows the portal's working.
No, Supreme. Spring window is really important because the spring window, when players from the SEC hit the portal, they can't go to other SEC schools. And that's when Ohio State really does their feasting. Like Igbinosun was
push back on that a little bit. I know we got Taiwan, Igbinosun in the spring portal, and Josh Simmons. But don't the best players that enter the portal enter during fall time? Most of the talent. Well, you may get 1 or 2 big-time fish in the spring, but the fall time is really where people are like, I got to get the fuck out of Miami. We suck. Like, we're losing to Rutgers. I got to go. Like, that's the time where the portal is, like, really open. And we've seen 2 years in a row where Ohio State's been like, nah. And then we go to the spring, and it's like, oh, shit. Like, we got to beat somebody for somebody, or we're going to be ass out here.
Yes, and no. What position do you think we missed on the portal last year?
I mean, last year in the fall, we got no tackles. That was the big one. We did get Josh Simmons in spring, but hell, we knew we needed 2 tackles, and we got 1 and made 1 work. I mean, it's hard for me to remember back last year's team of what we were looking for, but I know it was basically like just great players in general, or players who can impact the roster. We were looking for a linebacker. We didn't get one. I remember they were looking for that. Yeah, it was,
you know what I think it is, and I think this part of this is kind of the Ohio State NIL issue. I view this window as the NIL window. This is the window for guys to get paid, and this is like the older player window. I view the spring window as I'm good, but this team is ass, and I can see it right now. So let me jump ship before I have to go be ass with them.
The boats is about to burn. I gotta get fuck out of here.
Like the boats are burning, but I'm out of here.
Oh man, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, let's split decision. Is tomorrow going to be a day we regret not keeping Mookie Cooper? I mean, played on this team. We got 5 other top 100 players who ain't playing. I don't think he's going to torch our defense. So I would say no.
And I think Jordan Hancock's going to have him in hell.
Yeah, my guy Hancock, he's a pro, but he's coming back. So over on dinner.
Yeah.
So it's a tough life. All right, what we got in here? We got chat. What we got? How do we have some score predictions early? Let me find them. Did I miss that? There we go. Oh, there we go. Ron found it. 42-17 Buckeyes. There's no mercy time. Hey, I'd love to see it. I want to see there. I want to see some damn offense. 38-28.
I just want to. If we score over 30, it's Natty season next year, like entirely in its fullest.
Yeah, bro. 38-23. Now is in, man. It's gonna look good. Let me see. 40 is Ty had a crazy one. 45-10. Devin Brown leads always finishes with plus 600 yards. Bro, Kris will be
I'll be turned.
Oh man.
Bro, if he finishes with 600, if we finish with 600 plus yards, block me.
Oh, facts. Oh man. But yeah, man. State of the program. Part 2. What is this? The 4th edition of the show we've done. Always a great time, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, this is Best Damn Media. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and hit that sub. Go ahead and like the video. Help us out. We'll be back tomorrow morning for the morning roast. I'll make myself wake up because I love seeing guys, love hanging out. And Kris Drew, you put together another banger, sir. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming in.
If anybody's in Columbus, pull up on me. We're doing a live show. Me and Zach are at Yogi's on Hard Road. So just get that out there for the world. That's it.
But yeah, man, if you want to find Kris Drew, got us in reverse. He's over there at Minutes of Sports, man. You know where to find Kris.
Chill.
They know where to find you, man.
I'm really so easy to find. I don't even tell people where to find me anymore. Yeah, that's like Diddy never tell people where to find him.
Yeah, you're right. But somehow if the content's good, they will find you. But yeah, man, if you want to find me, I'll be here tomorrow morning. I don't know what time yet, so we'll get that figured out because I don't want to be up here at 8 a.m. But we'll be here tomorrow morning. We also have the pregame show coming. Can't wait to do that. Again, man, I love y'all showing up, seeing the program. Hope y'all had a good time. It was so much fun doing this. Kris Drew put together another masterclass performance. So yeah, man, the game is tomorrow. Check it out. Check us out tomorrow. Check out the game. Let's talk about it. We might have to get a Buckeye BS in on.
And make sure you tweet at a Kyle McCord fan after the game.
Oh man, we about to get out of here. But before we do, must remember, Ryan Day, sir, you are on the clock.